Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, and we do so in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, and I pray that this lesson is further edifying to whoever it comes across. So today, I want to dissect the chronology of Esau's judgment. As many know, all unbelieving Edomites will be destroyed in various ways until they are eventually extinct. But what many don't know is how this will play out. Many think the Israelites will enslave a remnant of the Edomites with the other heathen that survived the last days, and then destroy them after the millennial reign spoken of in Revelations 20 and 6. But this is not the case.
What? Oh, yeah, all right. I'm gonna see you play over here. I'm gonna see you play over here.
Watch out, bro. Watch out. Mr. Red. So whatever call he made good. What's up?
Hey, back. Watch out.
As I went over in my World War V video, the Edomites will not exist at the end of the millennial reign. So now the question is, how and when will they go extinct? Since we don't avoid breakdowns on this channel, I've decided to address these questions through biblical prophecy, and Lord willing, whoever has ears to hear is further edified. So first, let's figure out which unbelieving Edomites will be destroyed so we can have a higher understanding on Esau's judgment when we actually come to it. We're going to start with Job 27 and 13 through 15, and it reads, "This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, in the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep." So for context, the term wicked man is sometimes used to represent the Edomites in scriptures. With this being said, the verse above is telling us how the Edomites will be judged for oppressing multiple nations. And in doing so, we see his children will be destroyed for the actions of their fathers, and his offspring will be buried in death through various judgments. But notice verse 13 says his widows wouldn't weep over his destruction. This is important because this lets us know there will be separate judgments given to the unbelieving Edomites depending on gender.
Walt, please just hear me out, please.
To prove this is the case, let's move to the book of Jeremiah. But as we do this, remember the verse above also showed us his children will be destroyed with him. So Jeremiah 49 and 10 through 11, and it reads, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me." So even though we just saw the children of Edom being destroyed in the previous verse, now we are seeing mercy given to another set of children during the same destruction. But we also see the widow being preserved again, which solidifies the separation of judgment based on gender. If we apply this separation to the children, it helps us understand why there are two separate judgments being given to two groups of Edomite children. But to further the point, let's dig deeper. So now, let's figure out how the men of Edom will be destroyed. So 2nd Ezra 16 and 34, and it reads, "In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." So here we see many men will die in general during the wars coming to the earth. But due to verse 1 of this chapter, hyper-focusing on spiritual Egypt and mystery Babylon, we know the Edomites will be heavily affected. At some point in these wars, the US will be nuked by its enemies as it is written in Jeremiah 50 and 14, causing a nuclear war that wipes out most of life as it is written in 2 Peter 3 and 7.
"And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth."
While this is happening, the righteous Israelites and those who cleave will be saved as it is written in Malachi 4 and 3 through 4. And we know there will be survivors of all heathen, including Edomite men, due to Israelites being sent to pull them out of bunkers after almost all of the fire has went out, as we see in Jeremiah 16 and 16. We know the average Edomite can't afford a bunker, so the majority of those who are left will be of high status, and Psalms 149 and 5 through 9 shows most of these people will be enslaved. But now let's see what happens to the remaining Edomites. So Ezekiel 25 and 14, and it reads, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh." So here we see when Israelites enslave the rich, we will also go to war with the Edomites and those who support them. And during this time, we will destroy the Edomites as it is written in Obadiah 1 and 18.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
But as I showed you earlier, when all is said and done, there will be Edomite women who are still alive. So to understand how this will be, let's address the result of the war between the Israelites and the Edomites. So now, let's move to Job 18 and 19, and it reads, "He shall have neither son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings." So when the war is over, there will be no men left in the nation of Edom. We will unalive most and bring the rest to the lake of fire, as it is written in Revelations 19 and 20. This will be enough to end their lineage forever. Numbers 1 and 18 shows we are the lineage of our fathers, so if all Edomite men are wiped out, there will be no way to continue the lineage of Edom. This means no woman's womb will ever carry an Edomite baby after this point, and this is why Job 24 and 20 says the womb shall forget him. So if all their men are dead, what about their women?
I am not afraid to die. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead.
So Numbers 24 and 18, and it reads, "And Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly." So in this verse, Edom represents the remnant of Edom, which will be a remnant of their women and daughters, and these people will go into captivity. Seir represents the lands ran by Esau, which will become a possession to the people of Israel. Due to their men being extinct, Edomite women will be forced to marry into other nations, and their offspring will only further the lineage of foreign people. Their daughters will grow to do the same, which will solidify the end of the Edomite bloodline. This process will take place during the millennial reign of Hamashiach, spoken of in Revelations 20 and 4. And when you think about it, 1,000 years is the perfect amount of time to wipe the remaining Edomite genes from the face of the earth. So at the end of the day, the Edomites will be destroyed through paternal extinction. This will start during World War III and end in World War IV when the Israelites have their final battle with the heathen, destroying the remaining men of Edom and enslaving the other heathen in the process. Edomite women will become slaves for the Israelites and wives for the other nations. And the only way the Edomites can avoid this judgment is by cleaving unto the covenant and the Messiah, as it is written in Isaiah 56 and 6 through 8 and Romans 5 and 18. So before we wrap this up, I want to say I appreciate the support I've gotten from the entire ministry, especially those who have been with me since the Soldier of Yahweh Kawach account. I usually don't address anything like this, but I definitely am thankful for the love I've received from everybody, and I plan to be here doing this work until the Father forces me to stop. Lord willing, my work has been nothing but edifying to the body and continues to help whoever it reaches. And Lord willing, whoever had ears to hear was further edified. Shalom.